writer and director of Trick or Treat, and the writer-director slash animator on this short film called Season's Greetings. This was the beginning of everything, really. This was the first time I had ever drawn or come up with the character of Sam, the creepy trick-or-treater from the feature film, who will be making an appearance a few seconds. But what's interesting about this film is it's completely hand-drawn, hand-painted, colored. There isn't a single piece of digital information in this at all. Old-school animation cells. Here comes Sam. There he is. And the design hasn't changed much. It's orange pajamas, burlap sack, flour sack mask, and a little stitched-in smile. The only difference really being that he's a triangle on one eye and a button on the other. But anyway, back what I was talking to. This is not computer animated. This was 9 months of blood, sweat, and tears, drawing with pencils and paper, coloring every single frame with markers, actually. Didn't use paint. Different shades of markers. And then the backgrounds were painted by an amazing artist named Dan Kanemoto, who's a good friend of mine, still around. And then I gathered a lot of friends and other students together to help color a lot of the cells. It was a good time. Not so different than making a feature film where you're working till 4 in the morning every night trying to get things done. Very simple story. Kid trick-or-treating after midnight, and followed by a stalker into the alley here. The film was done in 1996. It was my first short film with completed full-color sound music. And funny enough, I did the storyboards and then had the soundtrack done. So the sound was done before the drawings were. It's kind of interesting. It was done by a guy named Evan Chen, amazingly talented, and he was able to get all these punches and kicks, and this fight scene especially I thought was brutal to listen to, especially that little moment. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into making this film. Literally, at one point I had cut my hand when I was working on one of the animation cells, and just so happened that I needed blood splatter on Sam's face at the end, over his after the alley fight. So seeing blood dripping from my hand and needing blood on the artwork, I said screw it and just flicked my hand and splattered blood all over his face. So some of the blood on his face there is very, very real. It's mine. And then afterwards it played a lot of different film festivals. It was on MTV, Cartoon Sushi, which 8 people seem to remember, Sci-Fi Channel. It just kept going and going and going, and eventually I came up with the idea of taking this little guy, turning him into a feature film character, and that was the birth of Sam.